Hey, this is Stacia, and I'm happy to report that my roll and blitz continues. I'm going to show you another game that I happen to beat a 1700 and achieve a new high blitz rating of 1723. And it's a quick one, so you'll need to pay attention. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6, and bishop to C4. This is the Italian game. My opponent chose knight F6, the two knights defense. I went D4. This is my favorite move these days. I also think knight G5 is quite fun and interesting. I also think D3 is very annoying to face as black, so sometimes I play that as well. But in this game, D4, after they take, I simply castle. So now we have transposed into a Scotch gambit. My opponent continued with bishop to C5. Now, the main line is actually knight takes pawn, and this is what I play as black, because after rook E1 and D5, it looks like white's kind of getting into trouble here, but white has this really cool move. Bishop takes D5, and after queen takes, knight C3. And the problem is you can't take the knight because you lose your queen. And what do you do? Because also you can't take with the knight because it's pinned. So yeah, what on earth do you do here? Basically, you move the queen away and lose the knight, and the game continues. So in this game, though, we had bishop c5. Now, I was actually hoping that my opponent, after e5, would play the move knight g4, which they did not do. But had they gone knight g4, I would have uncorked this c3 move I've been cooking up. I really like this one, though, because if they take here, I actually can now take and then play knight g5 check. And then, okay, where do they go? I don't know. Let's say there we take, and this is starting to look pretty nice. Trying to see what they would even do here. I don't know. But anyway, that's not what happened in the game. And the game was d5. Okay. So I take the knight. They take the bishop. I throw on this check. Bishop e6. Probably the best move. And now we take on g7. Rook g8 is needed. And now bishop g5 attacking the queen. And so all of this is theory. And I do believe here the move is bishop to e7 to counter this bishop. And white, doesn't really want to trade pieces here, but I mean, probably it's the best move. I'll check because I'm actually not totally sure. Yeah, we're supposed to take here. And then they can take with a king or a queen here. King takes is more common, but scores better for white. And then we can play rook e4, which I guess puts pressure on the pawn and maintains the pin. Okay, and I really don't know this after. Oh, and this is the max Lange attack. I was wondering if it was. But I have to tell you that after bishop g4, g5, I already knew that they cannot just move the queen. And that is exactly what my opponent did. They went queen to d5, and now we have some really nice play against this queen, which is misplaced and short on squares. Starting with knight c3, sort of a hidden move. So once again, if you take, I take your queen. You can't take with the bishop because there is a pin. So that would just lose the queen. So they have to move the queen, which they did do. They went queen to f5. And here we can now play knight e4. This overprotects the bishop again, but also makes huge threats on the f6 square, and also attacks this. It's just a very nice move. And after they take the pawn, which I also knew was not correct, notice they can't castle. I mean, black would love to castle here, but you cannot do that, right? There's a bishop there. That's the whole point of the bishop on g5. So after they take, we have this very nice move, knight to h4. And look at that, the knight on e4, the overprotection of that bishop came in handy because now this bishop could, this knight could let go of that bishop and attack that queen. And the queen is just out of squares. Yeah, I don't really know where she goes from here. If you go here, there's this nice little fork. So if you go here, we have, this happened in the game, but check, that's a discovery on the queen. And if you go here, oh, fork again. If you go, I mean, there's just no good moves, right? I don't see anything good. That's taken. Everything's taken. So you just lose. And my opponent chose this, but check. They took the knight and simply resigned. So that was the game. Wanted to share this nice little trap in the Scotch Gambit, Max Ling attack. So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back with more chess. Okay, bye.